It was really nice to have this seminar organized here at such a short notice with no proper planning or anything. And you got such a nice place also. Spontaneously the whole thing has worked out. And everything is managed. But today you saw the new people who came were an example of the dearth of seeking in this country, or maybe there is some sort of lacking on the part of English Sahajogis also. The way that, because I'm here, people take things for granted. Or maybe that a few, like Gavin and others, are very anxious, trying to do their level best to do this. And I think on 2 points might be we are failing. One point is that we all must know what have we done for Sahaja. Some people take 2 or 3 posters and post them, then they think they have done everything. No. You have to do much more than anywhere else, because you are placed in this important thing called the heart. Everybody has had an advantage of Sahaja, has been helped a lot. We have to think, what have we done for Sahaja? It has done so much for us. What have we done for Sahaja? That's very important. So then there should be, I think I was expressing that anxiety which the people who are your leaders and those who are worried about Sahaja in England. And my lecture, the whole lecture has that tremendous concern. And then we have to think, what have we done? So we have houses, we have places, we have ashrams, we have families, we have wives, we have everything. And the Sahaja still, if it is by the way, then this is the result. You get 20 nonsensical, arrogant people, don't get realization, some of them get it and get out. So I think this is, on one side is this, that what have we done for Sahaja? There should be in other countries I'm not there. So for them when I go there, even for 4-5 days, the whole place is filled with my posters, the whole place. It has to be done every time I speak. The whole of London should have been today filled with my posters. I mean, anybody who goes to, say, Switzerland or to Rome or to Paris, they tell me, Indians, that we saw your posters all over the place. But never has happened in London. Now, I hope this is not the last program, public program in England. But still, one has to work very hard. All of you should think what you can do. Because everybody has taken things in their own style, like the leaders are worried, they are working hard, they are all trying to do things and arrange things, all that. But what have you done is the point. Now some people have had failures, say for example, some people had failures with the officials and for the government or with the TV, doesn't matter. We know we have failed there. But advertising, postering, talking about it, going around it, all that can be done. There's one part is very good in this respect, is that outside London things are working out better. But how many of you have been doing that? Very few. The same party goes here, same party has to do it all the time. Now this is one side of the picture, is that the advertising and all that has to be done more intensely, extensively. and everybody must offer their full support and services. On the seminar side, you are all very good. Everything is done well, I agree. So many things are, because we have to do so many things together. But still, you being the heart, you have to be like that. What can you do? That's one part of it. The second part of it, I feel, is, like we had in Hampstead about 300 people. And they came. And what I've learned is that when they came to the program, nobody was sort of open-hearted, sort of talked to them in that way as they should have. Some of you did, but not all. Most of you are just sitting down. Like if they come to my house, they'll just sit down, hands like this. You cannot. You cannot just do that. It's not done. Come to my house, sit down like this. Always they will come and sit down and put hands like that. You can't do like that. That shows you are very insular, very selfish, and also in a way arrogant. You cannot take my vibrations without my permission, can you? So this is suggestive of one thing, that what we do is to take things for granted, and when we talk to others also, it takes time for an Englishman to get up. That's the thing is. Now the quality of this is this, that in English do not want to interfere with anyone. They want to leave them alone. It's not the bad thing. They want that, why should we interfere, aggress? That's the point. But that's not the point now. We have to aggress. This is the thing I'm bringing you to. That means you don't mean that. But what you mean is that not to interfere. See, they don't discuss religion in England. No, you are not supposed to say these things. You are not to discuss whether you are a Miss or a Mrs. You are not to say whether you have children or not. If you ask somebody a question, have you got children? That means the most offensive thing. You are not to discuss anybody's family. There are so many don'ts in this country, so that we do not also sort of get up worried that maybe this may be taken as an interference. But just the opposite are Americans. They will go up to the great-grandfather and up to the whole progeny to find out. So interference should be forgotten. There should be no fear about them. But open your heart and talk to them openly with an open heart. But people recede back. Once they recede back, others also somehow or other get frightened. Because they think you are just like them. You have to be different to attract them. So amongst English Sahajogis, there are some who are very anxious, very much worried. They are doing so much, working it out. Some of them are really indifferent. And the middle part is those who are still trying to see how far to go, how far not to go. You have to be aggressive about it. I mean, as if now I feel the English have aggressed so much that now they are so fed up with aggressiveness. That's the thing I want you to have today, to be aggressive. Aggressiveness is the only way you can reach these people. Otherwise they won't understand. And you have to talk to them on their faces. I've seen how people talk. If you talk to them like that, they are all right. Unless and until you work out that way, when the people come, you talk to them in an aggressively loving manner. Do you understand that? Exuberance. Just open out your heart. Oh, come along, where are you going? Sit down, what do you want? You want? 1 minute Englishman will look like this, you see. Second minute, you must understand your own character. That exists in those people also. The language starts, I am afraid. So aggressively compassionate, aggressively loving, aggressively open-hearted. Non-interference and all those ideas are out of date now, finished. Now, openness, no arrogance, no anger, but openness. Aggressive innocence people, like children are. Children are so aggressively innocent that you like it. I mean, if they catch hold of you, they'll all come and jump on your body and sleep on top of you, kissing you all over. That's how. You have to be aggressively loving and aggressively good. What do you want? You want something to eat? Do you want this, that? They'll be surprised how these English people have become like this. So on these two things we fail. And this anguish and this anxiety that I have is one of the expressions of the modern times. Must know. Is of the modern times. Because modern times are so funny that if you click it, you click it. And if you don't click it, missed. So it's so important, so precarious is the word. So precarious. At this time, if you don't click it, it's finished. So I find everyone is capable of doing lots of things for Sahaja. But what have we done for Sahaja? Nice in the seminar to come and enjoy. It's good idea. Enjoy Sahajogis, mother is collecting them. One of the examples is that from the other countries, people come. They are sick, they have problems, this, that. Immediately telephone will ring me up saying, Mother, somebody has come with 10 boots and 15 baboots. So what? When should that person see you? I said, the person or the boots? And the boots only come. The person is missing. At least you can reduce some numbers and then send such a person. Now I have started using the hearth of my house instead of the candle. Now, will you please look after the booths of the people when they come? And among you there are many like that. Your children are caught up, some of the wives are caught up, some of the husbands are caught up. But nobody pays attention, carrying on with them, sometimes even supporting. And just I see them, even staying in ashrams, I must say, some of them are really bhutish and troublesome. And you think that you have to tolerate, there's no crucifixion needed anymore. If somebody has a bhoot, better tell that person you are catching. I mean, I don't want to tell, but you know what happens to me? My hands and my feet, they all go crazy. When there's a bhutish person around. So I just run away. In the same way, it should happen to you. And you should try to correct that person. But nobody bothers. You see, because you think correction will be too much. Oh, maybe he might feel hurt and he'll run away. Let him run away. Take 2 running jumps and go to hell. But the whole thing should be a concern and anxiety and loving way. Then you will attract that person. I mean, today I was really so full of vibrations. Nothing would be sucked in. These horrible 20 people or whosoever they were stopping you also from sucking me. I mean, they were more powerful than you are in your suction, I think. So now there's something wrong with us. What is that wrong is, what have we done for Sahaja Yoga? First question. Second is, what am I doing about myself? Where am I? Nice to ask a question, what's the difference between a God-realized and a self-realized? God-realized never catches. just knows. Now why do I feel horrible? Only with Sahajogis, not with non-Sahajogis. Even a Narakasura comes before me, I can kill him. But Sahajogis are inside my body, what am I to do? They are part and parcel of me, they are not foreigners. So when they get sick, I get sick myself, because they are inside myself. No deity has done that. No incarnation has done that job. Nobody has injected Sahajogis inside their body. Has anyone done that way? You are all inside my body, part and parcel. When something goes wrong with you, it goes wrong with me inside. Naturally, if I take, it's indiscriminate, you can say. But if I were not indiscriminate, how many would have gone inside my body? That's how I can cleanse you. I can look after you. I can know about it, work out things very well. Something happens to someone in Australia, I can work it out here because he's in my body. That's why I get sick. I can say I get caught up. Because I've got bhoots within me. So you must keep out your bhoots. This is the third point, very important. How can I have bhoots in me? How can I have left side or right side or anything? I am in the body of Mother. Who is the Adishakti? What a privilege. What an honor. So now I can't have any bhoots within myself. It has to be something very pure. So try to purify yourself. Keep yourself pure. What I am saying now is for English, is for all of you. English being always the leaders for starting something good, I have to talk to them more. They have done it because they were the ones who fought the war, won it, and that's how we started, turned the tides. But now the instruments that we are going to use have to be that powerful. If Europeans, among them, say, Brussels people come up very well, then I'll shift my attention. We can shift heart these days. Transplant is possible. Huh? Have you heard of heart from right moves to the left? Or left to the right? God can do it. There are people born with the heart on the right hand side also. So, to be very precise, I think that this seminar should be used for also having an inner insight, seeing what have we done for Sahaja. That will help. Secondly, very important is, are we open-hearted? Now, for example, we can say like this, that supposing I am in the house and the bell rings up. If there's an American, he'll say, I'll get it. He'll be the first to run. And English would be looking this side, that side. Because a kind of a lethargy that is settling. Because that's the idea of the negative, to freeze the heart. And that freezing is to be avoided. I'll get it, I'll do it, I'll work it out. I have to do it. That must be told. All the English Sahajogis must know that they have to be the most active people. Do you know, even when we sleep, the heart is beating all the time till we exist. So, I have to tell you that you bear a very big responsibility to Sahaja Yoga. That's why I've been here, I've been with you. And that doesn't mean you should take things for granted. You can do a lot. You have to circulate. Maybe English Sahaja Yogis will have to travel a lot. But first of all, first and foremost, open your heart. Talk openly and sweetly. You have children, learn from them. How they talk, how sweetly they move. Really open your heart. Unless and until you open your heart, how can you do anything for anybody else? And that's what one has to achieve. I am sure, next program, I can see myself all over London. All right?